Yeah, Shalom Israel. Before I start, I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Bahar Kadash, double honors to the elders and apostles in Israel who will and teach well, to the Akims on the highways and byways and those pushing this word in truth, sincerity, to the brothers and sisters in the truth. I just want to touch on something quickly, Lord willing, it's edifying. But over the past few days, Saturday gone, and I believe yesterday as well. Saturday we saw a number of chariots at camp. If I'm not mistaken, about 7 or 8. And one of the brothers, Mashak, is in over in Babylon, and him and the Yakin was out teaching, and the same thing, chariots showed up at their camp. And these things, should be faith boosters to us, man. But at the same time, we should be fearful if we're not doing what's required of us, because just as much as, the chariots will be deliverance for the elect, there would also be destruction and a curse for the 2/3, But this is Luke 21:25, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring. And this is what we're seeing, distress of nations. The obvious ones right about now, you don't really hear much about Ukraine. It's the Palestinians and Israel, what's going on. You got hospital over in Palestine where there's no electric. They're doing surgery using phone lights. All kind of madness is going on over the earth, and these are signs to let us know that this kingdom is almost at an end. The scripture speaks about these things, and we can see them if we're actually using our eyes, and being mindful of what the scriptures teach, that these things are actually coming to pass. Yeah. This is verse 26, Luke 21:26 says, men's hearts failing them for fear. That's what's happening over there in Palestine. Men's heart failing them for fear of what's happening, the attacks that's coming upon them. And these things are going to get worse as the Third World War becomes more prominent and kicks in. It says, and looking for after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. And that cloud is those chariots. I think it's Psalms 103:4 or 104:3, where it speaks about he maketh the clouds his chariots. This is how Yahushua is going to be returning, and that's how we left. So we shouldn't be surprised when we see these things. We should be happy, as long as we're doing what is required of us. That's keeping the faith and rehearsing the righteous acts. Verse 28, Luke 21:28. And when these things begin to come to pass, look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. And Lord willing, we're part of that number that's actually, beamed up in them chariots and not destroyed by those chariots. But it says, look up, for your redemption draweth nigh. And it's kind of mad, because even at camp Saturday, as soon as we opened out, Kalalaya, Ba'ashem Yahushai, boom, and this chariot was bright. I think I managed to catch it as well a bit on the actual phone camera we was using to do the lesson. Then my brother Daniel Allah, he turned up, caught another one on his phone. I caught another one on my phone, and now Mashak, he's caught one on his phone whilst they were out teaching. Like the eyes of the Lord are upon this kingdom, man, as the scripture says. And we want them to be looking upon us favorably, as long as we're doing what we're required to do, they will. This is Second Esdras 15. And verse, I start 1, it says, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. And the things, like if we have faith, you know that these things are faithful and true. Why? Not because it's just a blind faith. Now, faith would always have an element of the unknown, yeah, but that is strengthened by the known. And what I mean by that is, when we see prophecies fulfilling, these things should strengthen our faith. You know, there's other prophecies that we read about in the scriptures that hasn't come through as yet, but we have faith in them. So that's what I mean by faith, you know, is belief in the unknown, but they're strengthened by the things that are known, which is prophecies fulfilling. And as the scripture says, these are faithful and true. It says, fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. Because even when we tell people, even Saturday gone, you know, we saw two actually that was changing from blue to green, and one guy goes, oh, that's some balloon or something another. Like, there was a Palestinian march going on several miles away, and the thing is, if he was correct, this balloon, which he's saying is what being used to monitor the crowd, was going in the opposite direction, going away from where the crowd was, and it was quite some distance from the crowd. You know, it says, fear not the imagination against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Yeah, all the unfaithful is going to die in their unfaithfulness. Why? Because they chose not to believe, and because of that unbelief, you know, there was no works to show their faith. So the works that they were producing were works unto death, not works unto life. You know, so really and truly, you know, we need to keep our faith topped up. Last precept, this is John chapter 3. You know, speaking on that unfaithfulness, John 3 and verse 18. He that believeth on him is not condemned, Yahushai. You know, if we believe on Yahushai, we won't be condemned, because we'll be sticking and applying or following the example that he left us. Yeah, but he that believeth not is condemned already. Yeah, those are the unfaithful, because he has not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of the Most High. And that's the power that's going to be shown behind that name, Yahushai. It's not just a name, just like the name Yahweh. It's more than a name. There's a fame, a glory, you know, that comes behind that name. You know, it's more than just a name. Yeah, it says, so I'll read that again. He that believeth on him is not condemned, but he that believeth not is condemned already, because he has not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of the Most High. Then when we jump down to verse 36, John 3:36 says, he that believeth on the Son has everlasting life, and he that believeth not the Son shall not see life, but the wrath of the Most High abideth upon him. And you know, this world has gotten exceedingly wicked, just like in the days of Noah. The Most High looked upon the earth and saw that, you know, the intentions of man was, you know, just evil. That's the thoughts. Everything was just evil, and it's even worse now. So the Most High is going to do another refresh. Yeah, this time it's going to be by fire, and Lord willing, like I said, you know, we're off that number that is delivered from that fire through those chariots. Yeah, those are signs, I believe, to keep our faith topped up, you know, to keep us going. And at the same time, if we're not doing what we're required, then, you know, them same chariots is going to be our destruction. But Lord willing, we're off that number. So, you know, just keep your faith, keep pushing, keep enduring. You know, our works that we're producing, our faith that we have is not fruitless. Yeah, the Most High will reward us as long as we hold fast till the end. That end being when Yahushua returns, or until the Most High calls our spirit back to him. You know, like we say, is best, there's only two ways to die: in the truth or out the truth. And many of our forefathers, our righteous forefathers, you know, they've died not having received the promises, but I've seen them afar off. And as the scripture says, they were persuaded of them. Why? Because they had faith. They know that the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is faithful and true. Yeah, so, you know, just wanted to touch on that, man. The eyes are watching. Yeah, so let's try and keep our walk circumspect, you know, walk as best as we can in a wicked and evil generation, in a unfaithless generation. Oh, sugar. Something on the phone I wanted to bring out. Brother Mashak, he posted a post. If I can remember how it goes, it said something like, Noah didn't stop building the ark because of the doubters and haters. You know, the rain, what was it? Something like the rain caused them to believe, or something like that, along those lines. And it's the same way. Let's not stop walking in this truth, keeping our faith, doing the will of the Most High to the best of our ability, because of doubters and haters. You know, the fire will convert those haters into believers, those doubters into believers. Yeah, but it will be too late for them by that time, you know. But like I said, Lord willing, we're off that number. Lord willing, this was edifying, you know. Keep your faith up. Yeah, but with that, I'm going to close out. Give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Wahar, Rakar, Kadash, Kwam Nasha Allah.